Good morning and welcome to the 10 a.m. daily weather brief. To start us off, we'll begin by looking at some synoptic maps for the upcoming days, in which we can see here in the top left image that we'll have high pressure remaining in control of the local area, and that will keep our conditions dry with some gradually increasing temperatures as the upper level trough begins to break down a bit. And as a result, Thursday looks to shape up into the warmest day of the week ahead, with those highs climbing into the 50s. And then moving on to the right here, we'll see some bigger changes on the way as Arctic high pressure builds in from the northwest, and that will bring in some very cool temperatures, allowing for those temperatures to drop into the teens, possibly on Friday night and into Saturday morning. And then shortly after, we'll see a system begin to develop over the central southern U.S. and begin moving towards our area. And we'll also see, as that system moves towards the east, a low that is expected to form offshore. And that low will bring a surge of moisture into and overspreading those cooler temperatures, with precipitation becoming possible as early as Saturday night into Sunday morning. And as it stands, a mix of snow, sleet, and even freezing rain is possible, although the exact precipitation type is going to be dependent on that storm track, and current model guidance does look to suggest a high likelihood of a good amount of snowfall for much of our region, though those chances for that snowfall are continuing to increase as of now, but finer details on exactly the timing as for what precip type and if it's a full snow event are going to continue to evolve as we get closer to the onset of that system moving into the area. And then following the passage of this system, we'll see those cool temperatures look to remain in place, which unfortunately, if we do see a lot of snowfall, will also impede that snowfall clearing away, although we will see some high pressure build in from the central U.S., and that will promote some clear skies and continue to keep us on the drier trend for the front half of next week. Now, taking a look at the 24-hour forecast for today, we're going to anticipate seeing clear skies for a majority of the day, and in those overnight hours into tomorrow morning, our temperatures do look to climb to around the freezing mark, and the winds do generally remain light for most of the day, a couple gusts here and there, but then they turn light and variable in those overnight hours and into the early hours of tomorrow. For our risk chart, we are green across the board today, with no real weather-related concerns for the next 24 hours. And then moving on to the short-term risk chart here on Wednesday, things look to be partly cloudy with a lot of sun generally mixed in, slightly breezy with a bit of color on the board indicating the low-end chance of a wind advisory, and temperatures looking to come in around 44 degrees for the high. Wednesday night, partly to mostly cloudy and a low of 38 with greens across the board, and similarly on Thursday, partly cloudy and a high of 53 with greens across the board. Now, taking a look at the 7-day forecast at an overview, today mostly sunny, and tomorrow and Thursday looking to see a few clouds mix in with temperatures gradually increasing. Friday we might see the chance of a shower, and those temperatures on the gradual decline until Friday night. Those temperatures bottom out, potentially dropping into the teens, and Saturday we'll see that moisture enter the area. Chance of the snow builds in late Saturday into Sunday, and on Sunday things are going to wrap up, but we might see some rain mix in on the back side of that system as it begins to pull away. And then Monday, things clear up as that high pressure builds in, and our temperatures do remain rather consistent around the freezing mark. However, they do look to be just below at that. And that is going to conclude the 7-day outlook. Be back tomorrow for the daily weather operations brief at 8:15. Hope everyone has a great day.